Hey everyone, this is Sue from XpectoGO, and today we're going to talk about the new Fantastic Beasts trailer. There's so much in there. Let's get started. So I just watched Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald trailer, the one that just came out today. And there's so much in there. I had to watch it so many times. I had to freeze frame. I had to research. There is so much going on in this trailer that is just amazing. A lot of it was a repeat from the previous trailer that we've already seen, but there was so many exciting things to see, and I am just so pumped about this movie. We're gonna see some familiar places. We're gonna see some things that are totally new. We're gonna see some familiar beasts. We're gonna see some new ones. We're gonna see Newt Scamander just being adorable as usual. We're gonna see Dumbledore. It looks like Dumbledore is doing his usual puppet master thing, and I'm wondering if we're going to be able to retain our respect for Dumbledore after this movie, because we are seeing his most cowardly moments in this movie. Instead of fighting Grindelwald, even though he knows he's the only one who can take him on, he's sending little Newt after Grindelwald. Dumbledore is, in charge of everyone else, and he's, telling everyone else what to do, but because of his personal feelings, which there's a really sweet moment of when he's standing in front of the mirror of Erised, but because of Dumbledore's, emotions, he's cutting himself out of the fight and just dooming the world to danger and death and war. And this is Dumbledore, I think, at his very lowest, in my opinion, when he just steps back from the fight when he knows he should get involved. So I'm really interested to see how much respect we retain for Dumbledore after we watch this movie. Also, Jude Law as Dumbledore. I can't talk about anything else before I talk about just the vivid landscapes, just beautiful scenery. The music was perfect. Like, it was dramatic and beautiful and everything we've come to expect from Harry Potter universe movies, but just something new and exciting. You can't watch this trailer without just being in awe of the music, and I am so excited about that. It's just amazing. I already want the soundtrack. Looks like we're gonna see a lot of familiar faces from the first Fantastic Beasts movie. We're gonna also see Nicholas Flamel, which I'm very excited about. I'm not sure why we're gonna see him, but I'm really excited to see him. I'm not sure how relevant the Deathly Hallows will be to this movie, but there was sort of a tease at the very end of the trailer. The flames sort of formed a Deathly Hallows symbol at the end, so I'm really not sure what to expect as far as Hallows, but maybe the Elder Wand is gonna be a thing in this. So I know a lot of people have theories about Grindelwald's eye. We got a lot of good looks at it in this trailer. I don't know if we're gonna go into it, but it's definitely weird. So what's up with the eye? I hope we find out. But now for the thing that's got me really excited. Let's talk about the beasts. So in this trailer we see so many beasts, and most of them are only for a second, and they're just so cool. So I went through and I did a lot of screenshots, and I just figured out, I think, what most of them are, and I'm really excited about them. So let's go in completely random order, shall we? The first ones we see are the Thestrals. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of Thestrals pulling around an evil carriage of doom, and I am super into that. I love it. Let's have more Thestrals because I really love them. It looks like there's gonna be a mid-air fight on this carriage while the Thestrals are pulling it, and for part of the trailer we see two snake heads lunging at Grindelwald, and I think that is probably a rune spore. It could be a rune spore with 3 heads, or it could be a rune spore with 2 heads, which we know from the Fantastic Beasts book can sometimes happen. There's sort of a weird drapery thing that comes over the city, and it looks sort of alive at one point. I couldn't figure out if that is, it just seems like a spell of some kind. The only beast that comes close to that is a lethifold, which is sort of like a cloak that, smothers you and eats you up in your sleep. You need to do a Patronus charm to get it away from you. But a lethifold is small. So I have no idea what that drapery thing is. I'm assuming it's some kind of a big dark spell, and I love it. So there's this point in the trailer where Newt Scamander is sort of casting this dust around him in a big circle, and just for the smallest second in the trailer you see this sort of figure shimmering behind him. So that looks like he's casting dust into the air, trying to get it to land on something that's invisible. So if that's what's happening there, there are only a few beasts that it could be, because not very many beasts are able to be invisible. There's the demiguise, there's the T-bow, and there's the hide behind. The hide behind is a North American kind of crossbreed. It's very dangerous, and it's taller than a man, and it looked like it was taller than Newt. So I'm guessing that that one might be a hide behind. I hope it is, because I want to see one. In the original trailer for Crimes of Grindelwald, we see a dragon wreathed in blue flame, and it looks really scary. It's sort of like a Disney-esque Sleeping Beauty type of dragon. I think that dragon is probably a Swedish short snout. It's a silvery blue dragon, and it's the only dragon I could find that is known for having a blue flame. For the exciting beasts, the ones that I'm super pumped about, in several flashes we see Newt Scamander underwater riding a green enormous beast that's just dragging him through the water and then leaping through the air, and the beast is huge and beautiful. It looks like the Loch Ness Monster, and that's how I was quite sure that it was actually a Kelpie. If you read the Fantastic Beasts book, you know that Kelpies can change forms, but what they do is they lure people into the water and drag them down to the bottom, and the Loch Ness Monster is the most famous Kelpie. The beast that I might be the most excited about from this trailer is the Zoo-Woo, which I definitely didn't just figure out what it was called today while shooting. But it's this enormous beast with a huge fangs, and it's the size of an elephant, and it's got a beautiful long tail, and it's multicolored, and it's dangerous and scary. It appears in a bunch of scenes with Newt Scamander, and once in a very menacing way, like its foot kind of slams down while Newt is cowering in the corner, and it looks sort of in the same type of weird animal family as the Chimera and the Manticore, but it's this random animal from, Chinese mythology that J.K. Rowling discovered and decided to use in this. So I'm really excited to see it. It's new, it's different, it's not even in the Fantastic Beasts book. I'm really excited to figure out what it's all about. Okay, so now for the most exciting and most confusing part about this, Nagini. Na-freaking-gini. So in this movie, it looks like Nagini used to be a woman, and it was a woman who was able to change into a snake, but she's got this curse on her that she eventually will be unable to return to her form as a woman, and that just opens up so many possibilities with her relationship to Lord Voldemort and how they met each other and what kind of role he played in her sort of turn to dark magic, and whether she even had a choice. How human was she at the end if this Nagini is the same Nagini from the Harry Potter books? I just have so many questions, but I also wanted to note that this is not the first time that we have people who transform into animals and then never transform back again. So there is a beast called a quintuped, and it lives in Great Britain, and originated between these two feuding clans of wizards. One of the clans turned themselves into these monsters so that they could kill off the other wizards, and then they just never changed back into people, whether that was by choice or because they all were too stubborn or because they forgot how. It's not really clear, but it is possible to have people who turn into animals and never turn back into people again. And that's just, oh my goodness, it's so exciting because there's so many things they can do with this, and I just can't wait to see it. So in conclusion, I'm basically freaking out. I'm just really excited about all of the storytelling that we can see from this. I'm excited about the beasts. I'm excited about Newt Scamander being Newt Scamander. I really, really hope we get to see more of Dumbledore's sort of backstory and maybe even how they're gonna connect him and Grindelwald, and I just want to see it. I just want to see more. So I'm very excited about this story. I am trying to keep my expectations, reasonable, but they're, of course, I expect that it's going to be amazing. So in the comments below, please tell me, what did you think of the trailer? What was your favorite beast? What do you think we're gonna see of Dumbledore? Do you think we're still gonna like him at the end? Just please talk to me about this because I want to talk about it. So if you like this, please subscribe, hit that little alarm button, like the video, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.